Please subscribe to this channel. Please subscribe to this channel. Please subscribe. All right, let's welcome everybody to yet again another exciting edition of the Madiba official show, the MOS. If you've not already subscribed to this channel, my dear, please kindly do us a favor by clicking on the subscribe button over there, and as you are subscribing, then you turn on the post notification buttons, so in case of any video you will be notified as soon as possible we drop the video on this channel. Without wasting my time, we move on into today's issues. Yesterday, the Black Stars of Ghana lost by 2-0 against their Uruguayans counterparts, and the scorer of the 2 goals for the Uruguayans was a certain Georgian de Arrascaeta, who plies his trade in Brazil for that is Flamengo over there. And Jordan de Arrascaeta scoring the 2 goals for Uruguay meant that Ghana and Uruguay both were eliminated of the group stages of the 2022 World Cup in Qatar, because South Korea came from a go down to defeat Portugal by 2-1. As a result, Ghana's coach Otto Addo resigned from his post as the coach of the Black Stars, and I read as he said before or after the game in a post-match interview, "Me and my family are happy in Germany. I said I will step down after the World Cup even if we are world champions after the tournament. I've resigned from my role as coach of Ghana." Otto Addo had this to tell the journalists that were there to interview him after the game. Now, with that is stepping down of Otto Addo as the coach of the Black Stars, the question now is who it will be the one to take over the mantra of Ghana's coach going forward. Judging from the fact that Ghana still have a competition to prepare for, that's the next AFCON that will be played barely a year from now on in Cote d'Ivoire. So we need somebody that we can trust. And looking at what our neighbors have been able to do in recent times, looking at what Senegal, for example, our West African neighbors, they gave the coach to that is Aliou Cissé, and they gave him all the trust that he needed. They gave him the time for him to build the team into his own image. He came and met a side that was, for me, the agent Dembaba, Cissé and the likes, and he made sure that he was able to foresee the transition of Senegalese national team. So now it's now our turn to make sure that we can follow suit. Are we going an inside job, giving the coaching role to somebody that already knows the team? Prior to the appointment of Otto Addo as the interim manager, one of the things that we heard was that the government of Ghana wanted Chris Hughton to be the man heading the post of the coach of Ghana. Now, Otto Addo is gone. Chris Hughton is still there as the technical advisor to the coach or to the technical staff. And over here, I would want to see Chris Hughton giving the mantra, because this is a man with experience, somebody with pedigree, somebody that has seen it all. And the job of the coach in modern football can never be underestimated. Gone are the days that people used to not respect the role of the coach. And I quite remember the Brazilian team of the 1970s, people used to say that without Mario Zagallo, that team could have won even the World Cup anyway, because they were that talented. But now, looking at how football tend to be, we've seen coaches being able to define an era, and coaches changing how a team is to play and winning laurels with virtually players with inferior quality. Heavy Renard did same with Zambia team of, you look at Neta Sinkala, Spila Sunzu, Kennedy Inwiene. Then you look at the Katongo brothers, Christopher and Felix Katongo. These players were of low quality as compared to the other players that were playing for the other teams in the African class competition, the AFCON. But just still, Heavy Renard masterminded that team into winning the AFCON. He also went to Cote d'Ivoire, and after the end of their golden generation, Cote d'Ivoire, you look at Kolo Touré, Didier Zokora, after all these players have left the scene, he made sure that he assembled the team and won them the AFCON also in 2015. So it tells you that coaches do win tournaments. in the World Cup currently. We are seeing what Louis van Gaal is doing with this current group of Dutch players. Prior to his appointment, Danny Blind and Elias had made sure that the Dutch national team have not been able to qualify to the tournaments prior to his appointment. Now he has qualified them to the World Cup, and also he is there trying to make sure that they will win the tournament for the first time in their history. They've eliminated USA, and they are the first team to book a spot in the quarterfinals of the World Cup. So we cannot have that one wrong in the appointment of the coach. I quite remember prior to the appointment of that is Milovan Rajevic, we heard the FA president saying that this hour is not Matramakwe. They are not going to do any try and error. They are appointing somebody with a know-how, and they thought that man would be Milovan Rajevic. He came, he couldn't. So now it's their time to make things right. Appoint a manager that they think that can be able to foresee the rebuild of the national team. And for me, there is something for optimism. Whether you like the Black Stars players, how they played in the World Cup or not, the ages of those players and the players that shone in the tournament are of an age that you can rely on them for the next 3, 4, 5 tournaments. Abdul Samad Salis in his early 22, 23 years. You look at Kudus Mohammed at age 20 doing what he's doing for Ghana. Then look at Kamaldeen Suleiman at the same thing. Osman Bukhari within the same age range. Salisu, same thing. Then look at Tariq Lamptey, 21 years. It tells you that Ghana, our group of players, all that we need is a manager that can trust and bank his hopes on these players and be able to move away from the dependency on the old guys like Andre Ayew, Jordan Ayew, Baba Rahman, and build a team that we can be able to call our own going forward. And for me, it's now time for Ghana to give the coaching duty to somebody that have a track record, because without Chris Hughton, you ask yourself, do we have the budget to be able to appoint somebody that will be, unless maybe if not a grade A manager from Europe or maybe a grade B, we are trying to get a grade C manager with the budget that we have as a country, we cannot. So for me, we already have a man over there that have clearly showed the intent of doing the job, and he has shown how well that he is to do this job. And for me, I think the FA president and the others, those in charge of the Ghana football, shouldn't look further than Chris Hughton. And for me, I think he is the right man to lead this group of young players to the promised land. Let us know your thoughts in the comment box. Here is right time to permit us for today's version of the MOS. Please like this show. Kindly help us by liking and sharing the video. As I said earlier, you can leave your comment, and also if you've not already subscribed, click on the subscribe button for this and many more. Thanks for always sticking and joining with us. Bye bye.